Well, class, it's time to learn some dope history. I'm sure it'll be trill and lit. Lit AF. Kids still say that, right? Right. What is up, nerds? My name is Travis, and this is Wonder Nerd. It's Christmas Eve, you guys! Hooray! And since it's Christmas Eve, I wanted to talk about something that's a little bit more meaningful than a cartoon or a movie. Let's talk about the Christmas Truce. The Christmas Truce refers to a series of widespread but unofficial ceasefires along the Western Front of World War I around Christmas in 1914. In the weeks leading up to Christmas, French, German, and British soldiers crossed trenches to exchange seasonal greetings. In some areas, some men even ventured out into no man's land on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day to mingle and exchange food and souvenirs. They had joint burial ceremonies and exchanged prisoners, while several meetings ended in singing carols. These opposing armies played football with each other, giving an incredible image of humanity and truce. But not everyone shared in their humanity. Fighting the war continued those days in certain areas, while other sides settled on very little except for recovering bodies. The Christmas truce, at least for me, has become the ultimate sign of humanity. You see these forces, these soldiers fighting each other in World War I, stopping for just a few days to celebrate one of the most amazing days of the year. These men couldn't be with their families. They couldn't be with the ones they loved. So they decided to put aside the fighting for just a few days to celebrate with each other. You won't ever see that today. Not to say there isn't any humanity in our world today. I've seen it. But none like this. This was during World War I, an incredible global war that was just hell for the men that had to fight. But they stopped. They stopped. And they ventured into no man's land and to each other's trenches to exchange gifts and food and to play soccer. They shared something. They had joint burials where they buried their fallen brothers. Both sides witnessed loss, and they shared in that. They also shared in not being able to be with their family and their loved ones. Roughly 100,000 British and German soldiers were involved in this ceasefire. The Germans placed candles in their trenches and on Christmas trees, and then continued the celebration by singing Christmas carols. The British retaliated by singing Christmas carols of their own. It got to the point where the two sides were shouting Christmas greetings at each other. Not threats, not horrible things, Christmas greetings. These were opposing sides singing Christmas carols together, playing soccer together, sharing in the joy of the holiday together. Bruce Ban's father, who served throughout the war, wrote this: "I wouldn't have missed that unique and weird Christmas day for anything. I spotted a German officer, some sort of lieutenant, I should think, and being a bit of a collector, I intimated to him that I had taken a fancy to some of his buttons. I brought out my wire clippers and, with a few deft snips, removed a couple of his buttons and put them in my pocket. I then gave him two of mine. The last I saw was one of my machine gunners, who was a bit of an amateur hairdresser in civil life, cutting the unnaturally long hair of a docile, don't know how to say that word, who was patiently kneeling on the ground, whilst the automatic clippers crept up the back of his neck." Buttons and haircuts. It might not sound like much to us who can receive iPhones or computers or, to some extent, cars. But these are soldiers in World War I on the Western Front. To give an opposing side a piece of your uniform, therefore giving him a piece of you, must have been a lot. And for a soldier to cut the hair of a soldier that at one point he was shooting at is just a really nice picture to me. The Christmas Truce has obviously left a legacy. The 1967 song Snoopy's Christmas by the Royal Guardsmen was based on the Christmas Truce. As in real life, it is the Red Baron, Germany's ace pilot and war hero, who initiates the truce with the fictional Snoopy. In the final episode of the BBC sitcom Blackadder Goes Forth, it references the Christmas Truce. The main character, Edmund Blackadder, remembers having played in a football match. He is also seen being very annoyed for having allowed a goal for the other side. The truce was dramatized in a 2005 French film called Joyeux Noël, which in French means Merry Christmas. The film was directed by Christian Carillon and was screened out of competition at the 2005 Cannes Film Festival. A Christmas Truce memorial was unveiled in France on the 11th of November in 2008. Another memorial was unveiled on the 12th of December in 2014. It was called the Football Remembers Memorial, and it was designed by a 10-year-old schoolboy named Spencer Turner after a widespread UK competition. Everyone loves presents on Christmas. But remember what Christmas is really about. Christmas is about love. It's about spending time with the people you love. It's about reflecting on the past year, the good times and the bad times. It's about putting it all behind you and enjoying life, if not just for this one day. So spread the love. Spread the humanity. And Merry Christmas. That's going to do it for me, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it, and I really want to make it for a very long time because this Christmas truce has intrigued me for a very long time. Be sure to give this video a big old thumbs up. Be sure to leave a comment down in the comment section below. Be sure to share this with all your friends and families for Christmas. And remember, nerds rule.